guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So, excuse me, I apologize because my voice is still not like 100%, but anyways, I just wanted to kind of share some things with you that I've been doing. So, anyways, excuse me, I actually have started to make my best friend's Christmas presents, and I usually tend to be more creative when it comes to her stuff than when it comes to anybody else's, just because I don't know, she's my best friend, you know, we kind of have like a weird bond, but she absolutely is obsessed with donuts. So I thought it would be really cute for Christmas if I kind of crocheted her some. So these are just some of the ones that I've made. This one is supposed to be like kind of a powdered donut, and basically what I'm going to do is when it gets closer to Christmas, I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and I'm going to ask them if I can have just like a box. You know, I'll pay for it if I have to, but I'm just going to ask them for a box, and then I'm going to put a dozen of these in there. So I already have 4. I'm working on the 5th one right now. So I have about 7 left to go. I don't know, I may put more in there. I don't really know at this point, but this one is supposed to be kind of like a chocolate one with yellow icing. And then this is just probably my favorite. It's just a regular, you know, donut, I guess you could say, with pink frosting. And then this one is supposed to be like a chocolate one with, you know, icing drizzled on the top, or frosting drizzled on the top, whatever you want to call it. And the one that I'm actually working on right now will involve sprinkles. So I'm kind of trying to make it so that there's like a range, you know, I don't want them all to look the same, or I don't want them all to be like this, where it's just the donut and then the frosting on top. So that's what I have been working on. They do kind of end up being different sizes, even though I've been using the exact same pattern to make all of them, but I find that it kind of just depends on how loose I make my stitches. And you know, this one, as you can see, is kind of bigger than the other ones, but I think that kind of makes it a little bit more realistic because, you know, not every donut is made the same way. So that is actually what I will be giving my best friend for Christmas. That's part 1. Part 2 is actually this, and I don't know if you guys know about Tsum Tsum, but my best friend is obsessed with these, and coincidentally, excuse me, I have become a little bit obsessed with them as well. If you guys remember, I actually went to Target a couple months ago and I bought every pack of these Tsum Tsum stickers that I found, just because I thought they were so cute and they would add something, you know, kind of fun to my planner. But this is just a pencil case, and I really like, you know, it's like well made and all that kind of stuff. So she could use it for a lot of different things, but you know, I'm probably gonna recommend that she uses it for like crochet hooks and that kind of stuff, you know, like yarn needles and that kind of thing. Even though I'm pretty sure she doesn't lose that stuff already, but you know, she could just put like whatever in here. But I just thought it was really cute, and you know, it's up her alley, so I figured why not. And actually I ended up getting myself the exact same one so that when the time comes I can be like, oh my god, we're matchers. So that's something that we both love to do, is we love to match each other. But you can see the bottom is really cute as well. So there's that. Alright, now as far as inserts are concerned, I'm going to actually show you guys ahead of time. I know it's only the middle of August right now, but I wanted to just kind of share this with you guys because I really took my time with coming up with a new monthly thing that I didn't hate. So not to say that I hated this, but it just ended up not being what I was wanting to work with. So this is what I had beforehand. And if you guys recall, I did have a page that would kind of nest in between these two pages that would have, like birthdays and all that kind of stuff. And I decided basically that I didn't want to have this anymore. It's not very cute, I feel like a lot of the times that's what happens with my calendars is they're not very cute. They just are purely functional, and I'm kind of trying to bring back some of the, cuteness, the design, whatever, to my planner pages. So that being said, I will not be using this format again, at least not for the foreseeable future. And I'll actually be doing something like this. Now, this is actually one of my calendars for my quarterly section in my Pocket Filofax. And what I've actually decided is that I do not need to have a quarterly and a monthly section in my Pocket Filofax. So I'm actually going to just have this serve as, my monthly and my quarterly, if that makes any sense. So because, August is like halfway over, I don't really think I'm going to end up decorating this one too much, but I did outline, what is left, and I'm thinking about putting my work schedule, but at the same time, this is such a small calendar that I don't really know if I'm going to. I may just leave that on my weekly spread. So this is what September actually looks like, and I really like how it turned out. So again, this is just a quarterly calendar that I already had, but that I've, kind of been adding to. So right here, I just have, a page flag that tells me when I have my doctor's appointment, and I didn't mark it on the calendar yet. If you can see this, I actually kind of outlined this one, but I didn't do that on here yet because I don't know if I'm going to move it or, if I'm going to be able to make it, because I don't always know what my schedule looks like. So that being said, I am just kind of going to sit on it for a second and kind of see what happens. But I did put some washi down here, just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. And then on the back, I actually have another post-it. This is from the Target Dollar Spot a couple months ago, and I absolutely love it. But I figured on here I could leave any notes, or any other things that pop up and that I need to put on my calendar, I can just put on here. Excuse me, and it can, just kind of work the same way this page flag does. So there's that. Now, in addition to my monthly in my pocket size Filofax, I went ahead and I also changed the A5. So as you can see, I have converted from a portrait to a landscape, and a landscape orientation, and I really like this a lot better than what I had before. I feel like it's a lot more streamlined, and I actually was kind of playing around with my options, and something that I came up with was actually this. So this was just kind of like a tester, if you will. I was just kind of feeling it out, and basically all I did was I printed the boxes, but I made it so that I would have to fill in everything else, like the dates, the days, and obviously you have to fill in the months. But this is kind of what I'm going for with the new one, except that the new one obviously just covers one page. So in that process, I'm going to be saving paper, which I'm fine with, also saving ink and saving time, because obviously I don't want to have to go in here and put in all the numbers again like I used to when I worked primarily with the Avery or the Target Dollar Spot inserts. So I really like, the concept of this, but I decided that I needed everything to be on one page. So that is kind of how I came up with this one. Now, something that I do want to mention on here though is that I went ahead and I kind of stamped everything. So again, this is August, so most of this is already passed, but like birthdays and that kind of thing, this is actually for work. And then right here, that marks a payday. So, it's basically what I want, except I figured out that I really don't want to have all of these stamps right here, the ones for work, because it ends up cluttering the look that I'm trying to go for, which is, kind of cute, but also still very functional. You guys know I'm very much into functionality, and I feel like it would look really, really crazy if I just kind of left it where there's all of these instead of just a couple. So I will not be doing that on my new calendar, which this is actually, I think this one is for September, but yeah, it's for September, but I am actually just going to be writing in my work times in here. I'm not even going to bother stamping that. The things I am going to stamp are, like birthdays, vet appointments, which usually there are none, and then paydays. So kind of just trying to bring back stamping into my monthlies, because I know I've really gotten out of it. I've been relying on that sticker system, which I still love and I'm probably going to still utilize, but just basically trying to make more use of the stamps that I do have, especially because I have that new set from Recollections that I got at Michael's that I showed you guys last week. So that being said, this is actually what I'm going to be working with, and I'm very excited. You can see I did put washi at the bottom. I kind of just wrote in September. That's actually September in Polish. And then I did put a strip of washi down this side as well. And I also decided that I wanted to have a box on the side that doesn't necessarily have lines, I kind of want it to be a little bit more open. And I figured that even if it's something that I consider to be, set, like my doctor's appointment, I consider that to be set, which means I'm not going to move it, I'm not going to cancel. I still am just going to put it on a page flag just in case, because in the past, I haven't done that, and, you have to white it out, and I'm very much a perfectionist when it comes to my planner, and I don't like the way it looks. So, that being said, this is what it's going to look like for September. So, I obviously haven't filled anything out yet, but I'm going to do that with you guys when I do my monthly plan with me. All right, the last thing I want to share with you guys. This is actually, or these are actually my inserts for this week. So you guys have seen this already if you watched my plan with me videos, but I wanted to talk about some changes that I've made to my inserts, because I'm sure you guys are curious. I know it's kind of just, like a surprise when you do see them. So I kind of wanted to go through and keep you guys updated with what my thought process was. So obviously some of this is still the same, like the date up here, circling the day of the week, weather goes over here, and then I like to have a quote. But right here, this is actually meant for working out. So I tend to not work out because I stand and I walk all day at work. So you know, it's not something that I'm making a priority, even though I should. I'm trying to walk at least a half hour every day. So really trying to just kind of get myself in that mindset, and I really think that this is kind of helping. So, you know, it's kind of just like me trying to motivate myself through my inserts, if you will. All right, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, those are still the same. These, I believe I mentioned the last time I showed you guys my inserts. The top ones are for fruits and vegetables, and then the bottom one is actually for water. And then right here, I did make a section specifically for expenses, so that, you know, you guys have seen my financial section in my A5, and basically it's just going to go along with that. So it's really not that different. I just added in a couple of little things. I did have to make my stamp section smaller, but that's okay because I generally don't have a lot of stamping to do on every single day of the week. So that's perfectly fine. Over here, this just says be grateful in Italian. So this is actually where I would track things that I'm grateful for. And then over here, these are just for notes. So any kind of notes that I have, generally it's not a lot, but I still wanted to have that section and have the option to do that. So anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys just to kind of keep you in the loop, you know, so that when you see my inserts, you're not like, okay, what is that? Because I know it's kind of something that has to be explained. It's not really very straightforward. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.
We are good.